Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm recording this on a Sunday, and this is the day after Venus stationed to go direct. So we have a lighter energy here. We have really one of a fresh start kind of feeling. Hopefully we've had the time to look at those things that we have overcommitted ourselves to. And that's what, Venus in retrograde, and she was in Capricorn. So Capricorn represents those duties. So I want to talk more in depth about what is coming up. Energy is beginning to move forward. It's beginning to go forward. She just went direct yesterday, which was the 29th of January. And Mercury is not too far behind her. He will be stationed to go direct on the 3rd. Now, yes, we do have a little bit of a persuasion from those retrogrades, even after they go direct. But this is all kind of like it comes out in the wash kind of thing. And we have right in the middle of this, we have a new moon, and we have a new moon on February the 1st in Aquarius. And at the same time, we also have Imbolc. So this is a very special time, and this new moon is really going to bring us a lot of really good energy, a lot of bright energy, and let's get on with that. And I look forward to sharing with you this, because this is a very welcomed energy from what we have been having, but we got to see what we're going to do with this energy. So let's get ready and talk about this new moon and hit these topics that we need to hit so we can, make this energy work for us in our favor to help the little bumps and, roadblocks in our lives. So let's get on talking about these planetary influences that are coming up. Now, yes, Venus did go direct yesterday on the 29th of January. Please note that all of my time is in Eastern time, so you will have to adjust for your time zone. And through that, when Venus was retrograde and her time in Capricorn, it was really getting down to the nitty-gritty, so to speak. It was, she was looking at where she was putting her energy and where she was investing herself. And this can include energy, material things that you have a financial investment in, because Venus represents our finances as well. So we were looking at all of these areas and reevaluating them, saying, you know what, is this working for me now? How has this helped me in this time frame, and so forth. So we have really been looking at that, and this goes into where we have overextended ourselves. Many of us, me included, I put a lot of things on my plate because, in my role and what I do, I'm here to help people. And I do what I can to help people. But sometimes, there's just so many hours in a day. And I also have a family I have to think about. So in doing that, we just kind of overextend ourselves in some areas. So while she was retrograde, you might have been looking at that, different relationships. And when I say relationships, I mean all relationships, business, friendships, etc. And just kind of looking at everything you got your hands into, and seeing if this still applies to you at this time. See if this is still something you want to pursue, and so forth. So we have been able to uncommit ourselves from things that are just no longer honoring us. And Venus is about our self-worth as well. So, and this is really dealing with our heart chakra too, is like, is your heart in it? Is your heart in that? So, and she was allowing us to take this time to go through this because, you know, what we're seeing is like, it's like a new beginning. Almost, you know, just wiping that slate clean and getting past, letting things go, just releasing them so that we can step up in the new and we can, you know, grow and, you know, spiritually grow and physically grow as well. One of the things that I'm feeling from this is it's like a newness here. So maybe some people have decided to look for a different job. Maybe you have accepted a different job, something that, you know, you didn't really see yourself doing, but now seems to be the opportunity. This could be something that a relationship. Maybe you are, you know, getting into a new relationship and stuff like that. So a new home, maybe movement to a new home. I just feel a newness in this energy. So let's get on to the new moon. I know I have talked about Venus and all so much, and because she really impacts us. She really does, because she has to deal with our relations, and we are humans. So, you know, humans, we have relationships in many, many different ways and forms and that sort of thing. So she is very important. But let's get to this new moon, because this new moon, just as all new moons, represent a new lunar cycle. So this is normally when we plant our seeds that we want to see, you know, grow or manifest in the future. And this new moon is, it's a new cycle, a new beginning as well. This is in Aquarius. Aquarius is our water bearer, and it is an air sign. So this is confusing sometimes because the symbol is a man pouring out a bucket of water. But what is that water? What does that represent? This is a flow. This is an energy flow. This is communication. This is a message. And he's pouring it down. So this is a message coming from above. So it's looking at, kind of like looking at a higher mind. So one thing I really want to point out is that this is a fixed sign as well, which is kind of odd when you have this energy flowing, but it's a fixed sign. And that is important because it reminds us of focus, that in order to truly, you know, if we were wanting to make something grow, well, we have to focus on it. We have to feed it, right? And this is, this type is, it's, this sign to me is one of those that's kind of odd because, it's unique. It's eccentric because this is what Aquarius is. Now, with it being a fixed sign like this, its planet is Uranus. So yeah, the planet of, you know, I call it the shock and awe planet. It's the one that sends that electric bolt making you wake up, saying, hey, you need to pay attention here. This is the planet of revolution. This is the planet of, I like to call him the liberator. This energy pushes us to break free from the chains that bind us from being our better self. Okay, and now this Excuse me, I'm starting to get a little strangled up here, but this represents the 11th house. And the 11th house is about groups, networking. Now, Aquarius is our humanitarian sign. It is about groups and it is about friendships. So for me, I see this as those that are changing, that have done that shift, that newness. I see more of people connecting with those of the like minds, or the feel of wanting to connect with those that share those same ideals, and that share those the goals and things, or that can help them. It's getting with people who share your visions, who share the same ideals that you do. This is a really good moon for this. Now, there's an important square this moon is having. The new moon will square Uranus. Okay, so this is really going to make this energy intense. This is going to be, Uranus is really saying that, you need to wake up here. We have our natural laws here, the things that we are, our rights, our natural rights, and many places don't have those, but luckily so far here in America we do. And I'm just watching how everything is unfolding in our government and what is happening. When I'm looking at it, I can see all of the different influences that are happening, as far as the going against each other, the fighting of this is right and this is wrong, and this is the way to go and this is not, and I can see an illusion that has pulled down. But here, Uranus is really causing us to wake up. A square is not, when a planet is square each other, this is not a comfortable situation. A square is when they're looking each other dead in the eye and saying, you need to do something here. You need to wake up. It's time to get things rolling. So Uranus is saying, hey, we gotta step up here. Now this is also going to trine. It's going to, I'm sorry, please excuse me. This moon, it will conjunct Saturn, and Saturn is going to be reminding us of our obligations. It's going to really remind us of these things that we have to take care of. These are obligations, our commitments, things like that. So now Venus is going to be added in here as well. And she's going to be talking sweetly to Uranus. That means a trine. And this will very much increase the Uranus influence. So I can see a lot of, it's like it's like a starting over with many just people reaching their boiling points, and they just can't take it anymore, and just say, well, this is not how I want to do things, and this is how I want to do things. It's the point of authenticity, of living the self, and with the growing of the spirituality in people. I really feel that this is really going to be one of people getting down to what their core is. Again, this is about spiritual evolution. And so basically what I'm getting at, in those places that you feel constrained, that you feel that you cannot express the highest, the highest version of yourself, in those areas, you're going to find ways to move out of it. This is like a breaking away of that. You're going to want your liberation. You're going to want your freedom. With the moon squaring Uranus, now this is unexpected changes, and this is going to be hitting into our emotions. So this can be emotional, even if it is an Aquarius. An Aquarius is really not, it can be detached. So we have to watch out for that. We have to identify our emotions and what we are feeling. We can't just act out or just turn cold. We have to learn from those past ways that we did that, learn those lessons so that we are able to express ourselves clearly and easily there. This can be impulsive energy, so watch out for that. Again, this is rebellious. It is... It can be operated into the detriment. It can go into being unreliable and that sort of just such as, accidents, chaotic things, explosion. So Aquarius is reminding us here that we have to be flexible. And I want to come back to compassion. That is regarding our heart chakra. I see, all of us see how there's a lot of humanness that has been taken out of humanity. And it's showing that wound, it's showing that trauma. And Venus was reminding us about these things, about where our heart is, where our core is. And when we talk about our heart chakra, our heart is what, pumps blood through our body, right? So we have to think about these things. We can't just read it and just say, okay, this is the surface of it. We have to look deeper. And unfortunately, when we have Neptune that's been in Pisces and playing their game together, this is a comfortable place of escapism where you just want to turn that other cheek and not acknowledge and not do anything. I call this the Hollywood. It's like the wool being pulled over your eyes and just constantly wearing the rose-colored glasses and not understanding things for what they are, just looking at the surface and being okay with, what's right in front of you, but not seeing the root cause of it. That's one thing about me, is that when I'm having some kind of illness, I don't want, okay, I'm nauseated, I'll just take an anti-nausea pill and I'm done. No, why am I? What is causing me to be this way? This is about getting in touch with ourselves and being present within our own being. And, what I'm seeing is how that has all been just, it's been misinterpreted. There's a miscommunication. The lines aren't clear, So we have to clear this up and to remind ourselves that we are human. We are here to have relations. We are here to connect. And we can see how it being worked in the detriment, how it can be just used in a very destructive way, harming others, burning down cities, violence. Those are all that that is the under energy. That is a lower energy. That's like a negative type energy. That kind of energy does not and cannot exist in a society that wants greater, that is not the same of someone who has reverence for life. Those are two different, everybody wants to talk about energy frequency and all of this, and that's two different frequencies. Can spiritual people feel angry? Yes. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you cannot experience the emotions of this life that we came here to experience. So don't get me wrong with this. I'm saying it is how you respond to what is going on. So not responding in certain ways. Compassion, understanding the root of the problem. And in order to do that, we have to be flexible. We have to understand in a world of polarity, of duality, of light and dark, of positive and negative, we have to understand that there is the harmonious area that is in the middle. And we have to understand that, we have to learn our lessons from our past, I should say. So Venus is adding some harmonious energy to this change. So she's showing us that we do have, we're going to have more opportunities than we think we do. We may not feel like, we may in the beginning say, oh my goodness, this is going to, if I don't go along with this, then this is going to happen. But no, this is saying that by releasing that one pattern, that fixed mindset, that there are opportunities around you that you will have a chance, to take. Whether it be, your love life, your finances, any of those things, any of those things that bring you great joy, you're going to have opportunities for that. So understand that, change can bring a lot of upset in our life because it does take us out of our comfort zone. Change, that's one constant that we have here. Our world is constantly changing. And Imbolc is it's on the 1st, it's celebrated on the 1st and 2nd of February. And this is where Mother Nature is just beginning to stir. We can start feeling the stirring of nature. This is the time when people start looking forward to the planting, to the tending of the land, preparing, that sort of thing. I'll do a different video on Imbolc as it gets closer to us. But with this, this energy is a wonderful, wonderful energy. It is change. It is change. But we can do this. Be flexible. Work within it. Get the information you need. All of that. It's opening you up to new relationships, to new opportunities, just a big newness. And we are aware that, we do have to take care of our responsibilities. We understand that. And, we understand our commitments, but, we can feel like there's something that we need to do. And we feel like that there's just this another journey that's ahead of us that we need to step up on. Like, it's kind of like when I think of the 8 of Cups, like, you have built this and you have done good here, but now it's time for you to go forward in what is available. So this energy, it can be game-changing for people, taking you to a totally new journey that you didn't even know was available for you. This energy is going to open us up to examine the relationships that we found ourselves in, and those commitments, um, all of that, those commitments that we just can't keep anymore. We're going to start realizing that um, it's time to, we've released those, and it's time to begin on the new. Now, we have an intuitive moon um, that is pairing up with our sun. And that is what a new moon is basically the sun and the moon is conjunct. So the moon is intuitive. It's, listening to that, this inner self or intuition. And the sun is about, the sun is very competent. It's very confident in itself. The sun is going to go through, it is, it's going to shine through, and it's going to make it through no matter what. So this is really a good opportunity to begin your new journey. Begin that newness. Saturn will be there. It'll keep you in check. Saturn will say, this is what you need to do first. Saturn brings reality to us where many of us, we want to escape into that fantasy world because it feels good, right? It feels good to go to go into that in that dreamy state. But Saturn says, no, we got to keep things real. You must be willing to do the work if you want to achieve what you want to achieve. If you want to meet your goals, you're going to have to work to get there. The energy is going to be very supportive during this time, but it's going to take some work. Saturn will actually help you tackle those different situations that may bring you a lot of challenges. So, and he, Saturn gives that determination. So, we'll be able to jump those hurdles. And it's a little different here because Saturn is saying, follow the rules. We have to follow the rules. And Uranus is like, rules were made to be broken. So we have to, we have to find that middle ground in between those two, and we can't get carried away in the moment. We can have unexpected things that would happen in this new moon time. So be aware of that. Look for loopholes. Look for loopholes. They'll be there for you. Mercury retrograde will begin to move away from Pluto. Pluto is about rebirth, it's about transformation. Pluto destroys in order to create. And as Pluto, as he's still in his retrograde state, he is going to be pulling back from Pluto, but he will soon go direct again. There could be a lot of researching and networking. This new moon will be very good for that. If there's something you want to start on, it's going to be a good time to reach out, start networking, do your research, find out different groups. I was able to mention talking to a work colleague, and she offered me some information, just blah, and I'm like, wonderful, that's exactly what I needed. And this is, start doing this work to set up your path, and so you can meet your goals. We can get to what we want to manifest. This is a perfect time for it. This may be a good time for self-reflection. Maybe you need to figure out where you're going to go, where you want to do, the goals that you want to achieve. This is a wonderful time for that self-reflection. And, you will start seeing more and more things surfacing, things that have been hidden. Mercury passing by, excuse me, Mercury is about communication as well. So passing by Pluto very much could be bringing some information to the surface. Pluto is in Capricorn. Capricorn represents our those places that are in control, that has the power. It could be doing those things. It controls like government and places of power, things like that. So more and more stuff is coming to the surface. Maybe something about your job, different things like that. Just pay attention and be aware. And, use discernment. I cannot stress that enough this year. Use concernment, discernment, concernment too, but use discernment. There's a lot of sparkly things out there, but not all of it is gold or diamonds, right? It is in what you find. There's a lot of things out there that will try to distract you, that will try to lead you astray from your path. You put in place what you need to put in place. You do your research, you do your planning, and you make these energies work for you. So that is all we have for today in talking about our new moon. Try not to make this as long as my others. We'll try to do these more frequently so they're not so long. I know listening to it, talking a lot sometimes really gets my voice because I do a lot of talking. So in saying that, I wish you all a blessed new moon. This is really good energy. I feel a lighterness with Venus being direct. This is some really good energy. Take advantage of it. Do that self-reflection if needed. But, really take care of you. Take care of your energy. Keep your vitality up. Yeah. So I offer you many blessings and merry part. We merry meet again. Goodbye.